In week 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
We're not even a quarter way into the season. He's already off to a pretty nice start. NFC Offensive Player of the Week in last week's game.
Yeah, week 2, he was electric. See what week 3 has in store. Opening play, and Stroud will throw it. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Logan Hall fighting through and dropping him for the sack. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
The start less than ideal as they already face a 2nd and long. Throwing now is Stroud. There's Chris Olave.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Out now is a punter, Jordan Stout. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And it'll be Titan football. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Still very early in the season, obviously, CD, but already key injuries that they've had to deal with.
And what's really difficult for a team is to try and maintain their focus when they feel like they've been a little bit snake-bitten. It feels like every time they turn around, another injury crops up. How do they manage to hang together, get guys to play a little bit above their heads, and make sure that they're still afloat when their starters make it back?
2 yards still to go. Third down now. To throw is Watson. He's got his target. That's complete. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. It's a big play there for Tennessee. And even 40 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
On first down, Stanley. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap for Watson. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Now Watson. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now Stroud. And he slings one that's incomplete. Try to get that one to Chris Olave, and it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. You talk about this Titan defense. Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded at the 20. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here's Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Catch made right side by Wilson. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. 31 yards. And the Titans have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now 14-0. Just a 4-play drive that time, and the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fighting his way through contact. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. Stroud now. That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. And Stroud now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Here's Stroud. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity. That's our bread and butter. That's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turned into a heck of a DB, though, partner. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. He had a great, strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Here's Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. A first carry for Tyler Algier. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Stroud to throw it. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. 2nd down and 8. Again, it's Taylor. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now a give, right side. It's Stanley. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 36. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Watson off play action. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Credit Jaquan Brisker. He got a hand on that and knocked it free.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'll run for it. It's Taylor. Oh, he shifts past him. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? I like that call. I'm assuming you're with me.
I am. I'm totally with you. And to me, they saw something that they liked there. Because, let's face it, it's going to be a mass of bodies. But it feels like the head coach has said, my best runner over my best blocker, give it to me right now.
And you only needed 1 yard where they were on the other side of the field. Seems like a no-brainer.
If we can't get 1 yard, what are we doing out here?
74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. 2nd down and 4. Watson now to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The linebacker Robert Spillane making a big play. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Now a handoff up the middle. It's Stanley. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. Seibert's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
That is caught by a diving Thomas. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Algier going straight ahead, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he is going to get this close to the first down markers. He's brought down at the Titans 41. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Stroud able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 31-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stroud sets up the play action. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 19. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Completing it to the right side. Johnson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season, and the Saints are able to cut into that deficit. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And it's 17-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, good return up past the 30. The Titans offense and running back Jonathan Taylor heading back onto the field. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead they're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
81 yards rushing here for Taylor. He's got a first down.
Back to throw, Watson.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He sets to fire deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now it's Watson. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down. Watson.
Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jonathan Taylor there.
And it's 3rd and 5.
On the draw is Taylor.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 4th down, Corliss Waitman on to punt.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home in US Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. Xavier Legette, a touchdown catch in the victory. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football to wrap up the week between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the 3rd.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson.
They'll check this one down to Taylor.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On On third down, here's Taylor.
An injury stoppage here, and that's Marquise Brown, who appears to be shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Off of play action, it's Watson. Hyatt has got it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Still first down.
They run once more with Taylor.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Up the middle they go. Stanley. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He has Hyatt over the middle. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down. They give to Taylor out of the gun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 21. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Stanley. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Trayvon Walker makes the tackle. 2nd and 6. To throw is Watson. And he fends him off. Escaping the pressure right. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
Now Watson. This will be caught at about the 5. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Here's Watson. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Deshaun Watson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Seibert on for the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive spans 13 plays. And the final act belonged to Deshaun Watson in his touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Starting the drive with Algier. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Stroud.
This is caught by Robinson.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Stroud looking to throw. There's a short one caught by Johnson.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now a carry for Algier, headed right.
And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
55 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So first down, and they'll stick with Algier.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Stroud working out of the gun. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here's Stroud.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will close the gap down to 14.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Titans offense and their quarterback Deshaun Watson set to take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Looking high its way once again.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Stopped on the play by Jaquan Brisker.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the fourth quarter.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Here's Watson. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. The slot man in motion right.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
On the handoff, Taylor.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Watson now to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Deshaun Watson, a 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Titans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up 1st downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Now Stroud.
Then he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field.
And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Stanley, and he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Stanley. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Stroud.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hart. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and a yard. As Stroud now to throw. Slant pass complete to Olave.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
Stroud to throw it.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Now 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Olave holds it in. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
They'll try and run for it. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
On the give, Algier headed left.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Holding. Offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the right side and complete to Thomas. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. Olave over the middle.
And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. Slot man moves right.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing to start the drive. Stroud.
This one taken in by Olave. 2nd down and 6 now.
Looking to throw. Stroud.
Dumps this one off to Algier.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Give them 10 yards on that one, and that earns them a fresh set of downs.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Stroud out of the gun here.
Johnson with a completion over the middle.
Here now, 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap to Stroud.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Stroud will look to throw once more.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it.
Now this likely a must-have, 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Stroud.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal.
Stroud looking to throw.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
C.J. Stroud
Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it was C.J. Stroud who finished off that drive with the touchdown run.
Oh, the Saints recovered it. New Orleans football.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Stroud to throw it.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Here comes 2nd down. Here's Stroud.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Well, it's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill when your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon. There's an incompletion right there.
Fourth down. Here's Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Saints first down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allow him to convert on 4th and long.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either.
It's week 3 of the NFL, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry.
We've got ourselves a fight in this one to get back above 500. Week 3 is underway. Here's Miller on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And of course, well, he cares less about those two numbers. It's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now it's Lamar. That's caught. Here's Deuce Vaughn. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board, and the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Finds his man Downs. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought down by Quay Walker. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. They've got a man in motion. Before the play clock can run out, Sean McDermott decides to call a timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. So after the play, we have the trainers headed out. Looks like a member of the Dolphins out there is in some discomfort. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Lamar off the play fake. Anticipated a quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away. Incomplete. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. And now it's second down. Throwing again is Lamar. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. From the gun, Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
The Bills with a punt team out there. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. Surprisingly had to punt 5 times in last week's win, and he sends this away. So here come the Dolphins as they get set for their debut series. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken 2nd in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4. Second and 6 coming up here. Ooh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards.
Defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still second down.
Offense to the line for second down. Running it after the penalty. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
First down, and they go right back to him. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you could just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Completed to Davis. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
And this is looking fantastic. Wow, bounces just yard shy of the goal line. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 4. Here comes the Bills offense for their second drive of the game. And they couldn't be backed up much further, Brock. A safety, really the only concern if they take possession here inside their 5-yard line. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means go one option, run it, and buy whatever breathing room you can.
Lamar now from the gun. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they're going to face third down. Lamar out of the pistol. Pitts brings it in. And he hauls this one up to the 11 before being stopped.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Has it at the 45. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. This one returned for 11 yards. And the Dolphins will have themselves a short field to begin the drive. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Hand off now to Shipley. And he gets this down to the 41 before being stopped. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Now Daniels off to play action. It's caught by A.J. Brown. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I can guarantee you that's going to be Tell the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
Shipley has the Miami touchdown. The Dolphins go up 6-0 here in the first. It's a Will Shipley touchdown. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So a nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
Extra point try is good by Wright. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Wright ready to send this one away. He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Bills offense all set for their next drive. And this is an interesting game for both they and their rivals across from them, Brock, getting a key division matchup so early in this season. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Throw secured by George Pickett. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 36. Completed here to Pickens. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
On 1st down, Jackson. Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. They kick the running back in motion. Lamar throwing again. He finds Pickens left side. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10. A give to Vaughn out of the shotgun. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. Once again, it's Vaughn. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, here's Lamar. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Running back sent in motion. So a timeout comes in with the play clock down to just 3 seconds. They're down to their final one in this half. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Trying again following the sack. He's got a man left. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. They kick the running back in motion. Jackson now on 3rd. He's on the move. Oh, he's gone for it. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Shotgun handoff for Vaughn. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they're left with 3rd and goal. Lamar back to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills start to fight back with their first points of this game. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bills tie this game 7-7. Butker on now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. The Dolphins and running back Will Shipley getting back to work. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Play fake here, Daniels. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Now they send their back in motion right. Catch made by Shipley. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Former first-rounder Devin Bush making the play. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He puts some power on a deep one left. Big gain downfield. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. On first down, here's Daniels. Caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Running right with Shipley. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. They'll run here following the penalty. And he drives this forward to the 6.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And he pushes them a little closer to the 3.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. Now it's Matthew Wright for this field goal try. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Prater puts it through. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Here's Miller on the return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. They aren't even quite sure what this team is going to settle in as this season, Brock, but already this is an important contest for them that could have postseason implications down the line. First down throw for Jackson. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it'll be second down. Trying the right side with Vaughn. Up the sideline, past the 45. And he works this down to the 41. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course. But you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
And he gets up for a gain of about 4. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Gets out of trouble. He just throws this one away. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He has the first over the middle. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Bills first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Now running with Devin Singletary. And they make the play at the 23, a gain of only a little. Give them a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there, and that's going to be a penalty. So we jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Lamar off the play fake. And he sails that one over the end zone.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Third and 2. Here's Jackson. This ball's caught by Pickens. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. It was an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Up and good from Blankenship. And we're all tied up now in the 1st half.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
There's a return from the 7. Some good work on that return, Brock. Gets this up to the 33. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Man in motion here. Daniels on 1st down. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams would call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Former first-rounder Devin Bush making the play. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a gain of 2. They're left with 4th and 7. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. It's the Dolphins looking at a 4th and 7. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. Fields this at the 19. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Bills and Deuce Vaughn out to begin another drive. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Bills will take over possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Play action now with Jackson. Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 1st and 10, here's Jackson. That throw finds Pickens. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Jalen Johnson with the stop. From the 44 here on 2nd down. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Ooh, almost a throw to cost him. Defender had it in his hands. He dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up. And again, it's Jackson. And that's incompletion. It's third down. Jackson's going to throw again. It's tipped away and he's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up fourth down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage in this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, he could get two hands on it and take it the other way.
And he made sure to angle that one toward the sideline. He bounces inside the 20 and jumps out at the 13. The Dolphin offense taking over late in this half. And we're a shade away from 50 seconds to go in the half. That's enough time to put something together. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond that 30. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On the gun, it's Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
This ball's cut by Palmer. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. We're at halftime here on Monday night. Now it's up north to Orlando for a look around the league. We've got Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. This is the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on around the National Football League. We'll get started over at the Caesar Superdome in New Orleans, where it was the visiting Titans who were able to walk away with the road victory. Jonathan Taylor doing plenty of damage on the ground as he went well over 100 yards in the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. Isaiah Pacheco, a touchdown run in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Starting from the 5. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Dolphins getting their offense out there to start off this second half. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Running back sent in motion. Has a man, it's Brown. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So keep that second and short play in your back pockets. The penalty goes ahead and gives them the first.
Automatic first down.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. On the give, here's Shipley. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Complete beyond the marker. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. 3rd and long for Daniels. And no look there. That throw falls to the ground.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So out now comes the punter. Ty Zentner, the one to kick it away. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Begins his return at the 16. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Bills will take over deep in their own territory. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. That's him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 27.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Going to the ground again on 1st. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Brought down by Paulson Adebo. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired.
Still 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Now Jackson off the play action. Pressure gets to him, and he goes down. That's a sack. We do have a marker down. But where it's at on the field, partner, that sure looks like it's in the neighborhood of holding. Now that play went for negative yards anyway, so no need for them to accept that penalty. Jackson now, 3rd and long. Vaughn there to grab it. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it'll be Dolphins football. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He'll get this one to Brown. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain, turning it into an explosive play.
Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. On 1st down, here's Daniels. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
From the gun, Shipley gets it. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
This finds Shipley, complete. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I could think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down? That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2-for-2 for this kicker.
Right, ready to send this one away. Here's Miller on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bills set to take over offensively. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Up the middle, Vaughn. Makes a cut to the right sideline. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Big shot to begin the drive, has him up beyond the 40. They kick the running back in motion. First down, here's Lamar. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Vaughn running dead ahead. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Now Jackson on third down. He has the first over the middle. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. They get 6 and a first down as well. The give now to Vaughn. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Making the tackle there, Joey Bosa. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They send the tight end in motion. Second down run by Singletary. And he gets him around 6 there. Jalen Johnson with the stop. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Finds his man Downs. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On first down, Jackson. Short pass brought in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Lamar now from the gun. Hauled in by Downs. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's Bills football. They trail late, but this game's still very much in reach. Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills take a 4th quarter lead. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Bills take a 4-point lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Dolphins and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Now a give right side to Shipley. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Second down now, 7 to go. They send a receiver in motion right. Play fake here, Daniels. That was incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Out of the gun, Daniels. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on the route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They'll motion Brown right. Out of the gun, a give to Shipley. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Daniels. Brought in inside the 20. They'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins take a 4th-quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while, but that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
This to go up by a field goal here in the 4th. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins push their lead to 3. Right, ready to send this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. The Bills and Lamar Jackson are ready to go again on offense. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Slot receiver headed left. First down throw for Jackson. Passing downfield, working the left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First and 10. Here's Jackson. It is caught left side. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. All set up now for 1st and 10. Before the play clock can run out, Sean McDermott decides to call a timeout. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Finding Vaughn. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Now a stoppage for an injured player. Oh, that's their playmaker, George Pickens, who's shaken up. Significant loss for their offense if this is serious. Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. Jackson yet again. Has it down close.
That's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
They put downs in motion right. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Bills take a 4th quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired, but that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Butker with the extra point. And the Bills take a 4-point lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Dolphins and A.J. Brown getting set for another look on offense here. And he has kept his pace up in the second half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. Now Daniels off the play action. Jerry Jeudy with the grab. And he'll get it up to the 44. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down. All right, it's a nickel set for the Bills, 3rd down. Miami calls a timeout here. It's 2nd. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. A give to Shipley, running left. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. Run play only gets back to the line, and that'll bring up 4th down.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. Again, it's Shipley. And he's brought down for a loss. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs.
You know, it's almost like the defense heard that call in their helmet themselves. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And their reward is getting off the field.
Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. They did it! He made the interception! Jalen Johnson with the pick. And he's gonna go! It's a pick six! Went to the oh well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Yeah, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're gonna attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future. They had somebody there waiting for it that time.
To go up by a field goal here in the fourth. And the kick is good. And the Dolphins push their lead to 3. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Here's Miller on the return. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Bills back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. A give to Vaughn out of the shotgun. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Chased out to his right. He can run it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Play action. Here's Jackson. Flushed out of the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
There is no question this defense has risen to the occasion of prime time tonight. There's also no question that this is a window into the kind of beating quarterbacks can take when you can't protect him. He's going to have to use all week to get his body right to hopefully hit the field next week.
Before the play clock can run out, Sean McDermott decides to call a timeout. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Shotgun handoff for Vaughn. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson won't get this complete to Pitts. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Bills down by only 3. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Looking to throw. Into the hands of Pitts. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, He took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. Back to throw. Looking right, and he finds him. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Running it after the penalty. Room to the right. And he will score and give them the lead in the final minute. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minute.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
Now a crucial point after to stretch the lead beyond a field goal. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now. Butker on now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Miami set to take over once again on offense. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. He'll look to throw it. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Here he is to throw. Davis there to grab it. They touch him down with a great pickup, and it's good for a 1st. Setting up to pass. Great work by the coverage downfield. Buys him enough time to catch him outside the pocket. So the Bills fight their way to a win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Bills as we say so long from Miami.